There you are.
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Now, if you wait just a second, you'll be able to hear you too. I'm watching the stream too, so I'll see, give you an idea. I can't hear it. There we go. There you are.
What? No way. How did you do
Yes,
this?
I'm going to make a video tomorrow explaining everybody how I did it. It's not that difficult.
Yeah,
It's not that expensive. It's pretty simple,
you're gonna be
actually.
famous.
Well, I don't know about famous, but I sure hope it will make a lot of people happy. What you just saw there was a video of me showing my friend Yeche that I finally solved a problem a lot of people on Xbox Live, especially since the one came out, of getting party chat into your streams. The method I'm going to show you is relatively cheap. Um, it's not perfect, but it works. Okay, and it works really, really well. I already did a video on this before, but it was after even I watched, I was confused because it just didn't support. It didn't have any support or anything. It was just me fiddling around with stuff. So I'm going to give you a much better version of that. Like I started in the last one, though, I am going to start with things you cannot use. They just won't work for one reason or another. This headset, the Xbox Live headset, out. It doesn't work. If you bought any of the Xbox One specific headsets, these are the X07s, the X04s, the Microsoft set, you can't use these. The reason being is because of, while they did streamline the cabling and everything by having this little 4-pole adapter having one wire coming in for your game and your audio, the problem is getting that sound separate. A brief description of how this, or at least how I figure how it works, is when you talk right in your mic, it goes in through your controller to the Xbox and out to your party. The game audio and the party chat audio of your friends talking to you all come back on the same audio stream. So splitting those up was a real pain in the butt trying to just get the party. So what you've kind of got to resort to is you've got to resort back to the 360 era where you've got the game audio only coming from one source and the chat coming from another, and then you can merge them into your computer. You also cannot use the Xbox One Twitch app. Sadly, you're going to have to use an external source. So what I'm going to cover here now is I'm going to show you some slides. I know, this is like school again, right? All right, so here are the materials that you are going to need to get this done. Now, all these slides that you're seeing below, there will be a link to a PDF that will have all this there. All these links will work and take you to Amazon so you can get these items if you don't already have them. Keep in mind this video will be for experienced streamers, so I will not go over how to set up XSplit for your stream or how to set any of that stuff up. This is simply to get the chat from your one to your stream. So we're going to go over that in a second. So the first thing you're going to need, hopefully you can see my mouse. You can't see my mouse because I'm not recording that. So first at the top left, you're going to see capture device. Any capture device will work. It can be an Elgato, the Roxio, the Hauppauge, whatever you're using. Okay, you're going to need a capture device. You're going to need 3 very different Y adapters. These are not your typical normal Y adapters. The first one is going to take the 4-pole, which is, like I said, if you see, I don't know how well you can see this, you're not going to see this, but there's 3 little pieces of plastic separating the metal, as opposed to your normal stereo jack, which only has 2. This is what covers both the voice and the game audio. So you're going to have that, and what that does is that splits it up to the game audio and your microphone, or the audio and the mic. Okay, and you want the male end or the female end. Oh, my daughters. Okay, the second one you're going to need is a female. This is basically a 4-pole receiver, giggity. Basically the exact same thing that you plug your headset jack into the adapter on your Xbox One controller. The third one is your just typical 3-pole stereo splitter. Make sure it's stereo. For some reason, I have gotten mono ones and I was setting this up and they didn't work. Okay, the other thing you're going to need is you're going to need a Xbox 360 era style headset. That headset has to be like, these are the X12s, and they have to have one of these little control modules on it. I believe the A40s from ASTRO also have this. There's several others that have this little control module. This has to be there, and it has to have a separate audio jack for game audio. This is how you're going to get the game audio and the voice split up. I use the Turtle Beach Atlas headset. Got it, because it does both. It can hook into the Xbox One controllers directly, or I can use it for the 360. So it's really nice to have one headset for both. Of course, you're also going to need the Xbox One audio adapter with the 2.5mm to 3.5mm adapter. Don't get, if you have the one that came with your XO4s or your XO7s, it won't come with that adapter. It didn't need it, so you're going to need that adapter. You can go aftermarket and look for one of those types of adapters, but they're hit or miss. Some work, some don't. So you're better off just spending the $30 getting the extra adapter. The other item you're going to need is a 3-pole, 3.5mm audio extender, both male ends. You're going to need that to go from the setup we're about to do with the splitters into your computer. So you want to make that relatively long, at least 3 to 6 feet, depending on your setup. You're also going to need a webcam or some sort of USB mic. It has to be USB. It cannot be with a jack. And of course, you're going to need XSplit. You can do, if you're a casual streamer, you can use the free version, and it works just fine. Some of the options are limited, but it works. And for casual streamers, for guys like me, it works perfectly. So these are the items that you're absolutely going to have. Now I'm going to go over some optional, oops, I got the wrong one here. Let's go to this. This is the optional material that you can have. If your TV or your monitor or whatever you're playing your game on does not have a jack to come out, have the audio come out of, you can get one of these. It's an ASTRO MixAmp. Sadly, these cost about $150, but they hook directly into your Xbox via an optical cable, and then you can plug in your audio into the bottom of this, and it's got really nice volume control. They actually sound better coming through this than they do through the speaker. So if you can use one of these, I highly recommend it. The second thing you might need, depending, is a 3-pole audio cable. You may or may not need this depending on your headset, but this is the cable you're going to need to send whatever audio. If you don't have the A40, to send the audio from your TV, your monitor, or whatever near to your computer to hook in, again, to hook in the audio jack for your headset. Most of the XB12s, Alpha, the A40 Astros, those usually come with that already in. Usually they come with like the RCA jack, that's the red and the white with the pass-through, and then the female end, whatever, for the headsets. Normally you'll already have that, so you may not need that. But if you don't, you need to get one, and you need to cater that to whatever it is you're getting the audio from, however your TV, your monitor, or whatever you're playing your game on uses. So look into that. The third item, which I've actually already ordered, is a 4-pole audio cable extender. And you'll see when we're done, the cables, once you do it, turns into this big triangle mess, and it hooks right into your controller. So you have all these things hanging from your controller. You get something like that that's about 3 to 6 feet long. You can take that, hook it into the bottom controller. You just have one wire coming out, and then you can put all those other wires in a box or lay them on your desk so they're out of your way. I'm not going to show that in the next graphic that I'm about to show you, but that'll come in really handy if you're going to be streaming a lot, so you don't have to worry about constantly having all these cables all over the place. Since you're already going to have 2 by default, one going into the headset from your monitor for your game, and then one coming from your controller for the mics. So now that you have all that equipment, and like I said, if I'm going too fast and you get confused, don't worry. There's a PDF in the bottom that shows all this stuff plus more. So you'll use that. The next slide, this is how this is actually going to be set up. Now you can't see my mouse, so I'm going to try to explain this the best I can. First thing you want to do is get your game audio. Like I said, from either your Xbox to an Alpha to the MixAmp, or from the TV, usually from the back of the TV or monitor, and you're going to hook the green adapter, or whatever color it happens to be on your particular headset. But the adapter that's specifically for audio in the Turtle Beaches is the green one. Okay, so you're going to plug that into that. Once you get that done, the game audio is set. You're done. That's it. That's the easiest part. The hard part comes when you have the voice going over. On the far right, you see the Xbox One controller there with the adapter attached. The first 4-pole audio mic splitter, audio mic splitter is there, and you'll see these little symbols. This is where the audio goes through, and this is where your mic. This is for your mic, and you're going to see. Forget I said that. Anyway, once you get that in there, you're going to take the normal stereo splitter, and you're going to split the audio into 2. Using the stereo splitter. What's going to happen is you're going to take that and you're going to attach this into the mic jack of your computer. okay? And then this will just go straight into here, so it causes a little triangle look. And on this, the 3-pole audio mic adapter, which basically takes the mic and the audio and puts it back into that 4-pole receiver, you're going to take that and you're going to take the little, I don't think I have it handy, but you're going to take the Xbox audio adapter cable that comes with your adapter, plug that into that, and then use the small little 2mm, 2.5mm cable that usually comes with these headsets from that into the adapter. Okay, it seems confusing, but when you download the PDF and you get all the parts in front of you, you follow this chart and you'll be set. Okay, that's basically it for that. Okay, that took me a lot less time. Also, make sure you have a webcam hooked to your computer or an external mic. If it's an external mic, it has to be USB. You can't take your mic, take a splitter and plug it into the mic and put the things from the controller in there and then put your mic in there, because what's going to happen is all that information that's coming from Xbox Live into that is going to broadcast through your mic, and they're going to hear everything they say twice, if not more times, depending. So once you have all of this stuff hooked up and set up, and you're ready to go there, now you have to actually configure your XSplit to manage all this stuff. So we're going to go to my computer screen now. Pardon the eternal window here. But the first thing you're going to do, hold on, I got to sit right here. Before we even go to XSplit though, we got XSplit here. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to your systems tray and you're going to look for this little icon for the speakers, right? And you're going to right click on that and you're going to go to recording devices. And you see here, you're going to see this is, you know, it's capturing my microphone. You can see that's from the webcam. But we're not worried about right now. We want the microphone. This is where I've actually plugged in all the stuff from the controller, right, that I plugged into the computer. And what you're going to do is you're going to you don't have to right click on this, I'm sorry, you're going to hit properties and you're going to hit the listen tab and you want listen to this device through the speakers. Now you could have, depending on your system, you could have a lot of options here, but basically you want the speakers. Once you do that, you hit OK. That's done. To adjust the volume of this when you're streaming, you're just going to go when you go back into this, right? You go into properties and you're just going to go to the levels tab, and you can adjust this based on the feedback from your users or your testing or whatever to make sure that their voice isn't overpowering the game, or you know you can barely hear them. Yes, sweetie, give me just a second. You want me to open that for you?
Yes.
Excuse me a second. Hold on. Oh, yeah, got a little wet there. Here you go. Throw that in trash, please. Thank you. All right, sorry for that. All right, so that's going to get, basically what that's going to do is that's going to make sure that, that's going to get the sound of the players into your stream. Once you've got that all set up, hit OK and hit OK. All right, once you do that, now you're going to go into your XSplit. Let me get to my here. You're going to get into your XSplit, which is right here, and you're going to go into Tools. And this is to get your voice in now, because now you've got the party voice, but you don't have your voice. So now to get your voice in, you're going to go to General Settings, and you're going to go to Audio. Now you want to make sure the system sound is set to default speakers, because that ensures that the game audio comes through. And on your microphone, you're going to use your webcam or whatever USB external device you have. Thankfully for me, because of the headset I have, I can actually use, oh, it didn't show up again. That's weird. But anyway, you use the webcam. That way, you know, the voice, and since most streamers I know like to have a little subset in their games anyway, might as well just use that camera anyway. And so once you do that, you're going to hit OK. And that's it. You're done. I mean, that is pretty much how the whole system works. And also in this one, if you want to adjust the volume, you're just going to use this and adjust it up or down. You probably just heard that little bit of change there in my voice. But that's basically it. The only things to consider is on your Xbox One adapter. Pull this out here. On your Xbox One adapter, you're going to make sure that the mic, the party chat button is pushed until you hear an audible beep. Okay, let me go back to this. Push to audible beep. If you have any game audio still set on this thing, it will go through your mic and they will hear it. So you want to make sure that this goes all the way. Just keep pushing this little button down here until it goes all the way down, until it goes all the way up, I'm sorry, and you hear the beep. Once you do that, you're all set there. The other issue is there will be, and like I said, this is not perfect. And if I find ways to get over this, I will let you know. But there will be about the party voice and your voice will be about a half a second faster or ahead from the actual activity going on in the game. That's just a natural occurrence from render lag from capture devices. Thirdly, if you have an Elgato, the Elgato, even though I'm putting my capture directly through Xsplit, on occasion the Elgato has some audio lag set in for its so you can talk while you're playing it when you're streaming, and it automatically compensates for that known render lag when you do it. And occasionally that software will do it here, and it will not only render your voice, but will render the game audio and your party, and so not everything's off. So you might want to make sure to just double check that on occasion. Also, after you've been streaming for an hour, depending on the power of your computer, that lag can get longer and longer and longer. So if you've been doing it, check every now and then to make sure that it's not way off. Just restart your computer or restart the application and you're usually fine. Like I said, this isn't perfect, but it will allow you, if you're willing to deal with the half a second or so of your voice being a half second above what's happening in the game. It works. I've tried it. You saw the video at the very beginning. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to be famous, but I hope I make a lot of people happy. There's a link to everything in the PDF that I sent you, so get that, and everything you need will be right there. So hopefully this helps you. I hope you enjoyed the video, and happy streaming.